So this video today is going to be a little bit different than maybe what you're used to. There's going to be a little bit more story time and stuff like that involved. But it's about my favorite firearm, the personal favorite gun in my collection. And this might surprise a lot of people, but it is a 410 break action shotgun. About 100 years old, hasn't been refinished, just well taken care of and very well used. A little bit about this: it's a Hercules by Montgomery Ward, but actually it was manufactured by Ever Johnson. Again, just break action, single shot, actually a significantly nicer trigger than you might think, bead sight, no quarter cocks, no safety, just what it is, basic 410 shotgun. And why this is important is not because I enjoy shooting it more than anything else, or because I think it's the coolest firearm I own or anything like that, but because it was my grandfather's first gun, and I was able to get a hold of it when he passed away. Why that's important and kind of the neat things we might be able to take from that. When he was young, family didn't have much money, Depression era, all that stuff. So this took countless rabbits, squirrels, all sorts of stuff so his family could eat. This was a tool that was, very, very important in his day-to-day life. Carrying the shotgun around, shoot a couple rabbits, made dinner for the family. So aside from that, and kind of the fact that I made homemade deer sausage and had that for breakfast, it teaches kind of, to me, it's an example of what people take for granted in modern society. They didn't have a grocery store, they didn't have money, but they had a shotgun that got them food. We take for granted being able to jump in the car and go to the grocery store, and there's a little bit of disconnect between human beings and nature and being able to grow and gather and hunt our own food. A lot of primitive skills that we've lost in modern society. Aside from that kind of aspect carried into a lot of things he taught me when I was growing up. If I wanted to use a power tool, I had to use the manual tools first. Had to use the hand drill that took forever before I could use a power drill. Manually saw everything before using table saws, all that stuff. If I wanted something from him, I had to work, mow the yard, do some chores, and learn something to get it. He helped me build a lot of things growing up, taught me, just how to manufacture, repair stuff, and a good work ethic that, again, isn't as prevalent in today's society. He also did a lot of things, just wild inventions. He had a crazy array of mirrors in his yard. It looked like this wild NASA object in the back. And he'd made a solar collector before solar panels and all that was really a thing. Wrote books up until the day he died. Always was trying to do something. Always kept a positive, hardworking attitude. Always wanted to fix things himself rather than rely on somebody else. And I think this shotgun to me sums up a lot of that, just in an item that's been passed down. But on top of that, why it's really important to me is it demonstrates something that knowledge and skills that I can pass down to my family. Maybe a lot of us, if we're parents or anything like that, or if you plan to be parents, remember how important it might be to that kid or grandkid, taking them out shooting for the first time, teaching them to do that. Not even just guns, teaching them a skill for the first time, teaching them if they do this, they'll get rewarded, that hard work pays off, that we don't have to rely on grocery stores, that we have skills that we can learn instead of just throwing money at something as a solution. And a lot of us might not realize how deep that goes. How deep it meant for him to hang out with me while I looked at his guns in his closet, or worked in his basement cracking walnuts that he'd collected and eating those while we built a cage for something, or whatever it is. All these great memories from it. So I really appreciate that side of things that he did and how important that was for me in shaping me as far as how I take care of my family and how I try to live my life. It wasn't until after he passed away that I kind of got the full story on this shotgun. He bought a tape recorder right when they came out and just burned through a bunch of tapes recording his life. It was a lot of rambling, even more than me. Some of it was disorganized, but there's a lot of really great stories about him growing up that I never got to hear when he was alive. One of them was all about how he learned to shoot 22s when he got to be a really good shot. He got his first gun, the shotgun here, and how he killed so many rabbits and squirrels for food. It wasn't, I'm just going to go shoot some animals. It was, we, got a lot of dinner for the family and provided for them, even just as a kid. You don't have to be an adult. You can still, as a child or anything, do an important task to take care of not only your friends, family, neighborhood, country, but everything in general. We have a lot more to bring to the table than I think a lot of people realize. So again, that's why this is my favorite gun in the collection. It's just got a whole lot of emotional significance and is a really good tool that demonstrates what a good person can be and how capable we are as human beings of doing things ourselves and not just having to rely on other people. So again, more story time than a review. It doesn't get shot much, just it's old and I'd be heartbroken if it was damaged, but it does still shoot fantastic, and once a year I might run a couple shells through it just to honor his memory. But again, this Hercules by Montgomery Ward or Ivor Johnson is my personal favorite gun in my collection.